Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be checking out a Megaminx from YuXin. Now this is YuXin's very first Megaminx, and that's cool. Kevin Hayes, and I know that Kevin Hayes is sponsored by YuXin, he's plastered all over their stuff, but I've never actually seen a sketched picture of him on a box, so that's cool. But yeah, this is I think the very first Megaminx that YuXin has ever made, and it is concave or ridged or something. Yeah, ridged. Alright. So right away, I mean, like, I have to compare this to another one, which is this one right here, which is the sculpted one. Anyways, so same type of design. This one already, I can see it feels more sharp in the hands than the other ones. It seems to deform quite a bit as well. I mean, I've always had problems with Megaminx, to be honest, like with deforming and stuff, but yeah, I mean, even when I'm turning it already, it feels a little bit sharp. But one of the bigger things I do notice is that when I was holding these, this is like really light compared to this puzzle. I'm not sure. I think it's the Cubicle's website says it weighs 139.7 grams, whereas this one here weighs 169 grams. So it is a bit lighter than that one. Now, again, I am not a speed solver when it comes to Megaminx. When I first started Megaminx, long time ago, I actually got decently good at it. And then I didn't care about it anymore because it just wasn't something I was interested in speed solving. And mostly for me, it's the grip. I tend to deform the puzzle too much, and the grip really starts to screw me up. In the hands though, it does feel not too bad. It does feel a bit sharp, more sharper than the other. I think they could have rounded things off a little bit better. Especially right there, like that's really sharp. Surprisingly sharp. I gotta be honest though, the plastic does feel a little bit cheap compared to other ones. It still turns nice. It's a really nice turning smooth cube. I feel a little bit of grinding. I think you can even hear that. But overall, it's a very smooth cube. Corner cutting is pretty much on par with the top-notch ones. That's good. And this is only an $8 one, so that's, I mean, this one here, this one's magnetic. I mean, this one is 60, 70 bucks or something like that, but this one's only $8. And I gotta be honest, like, yeah, it just from turning it feels like an $8 puzzle. And comparing it with the Galaxy over here for colors, they're pretty much the same. I do prefer the orange on the YuXin. I prefer the purple on the YuXin. Greens are all right. I mean, the colors are very similar, but I think that the colors on the YuXin are actually more vivid, and I prefer that. I prefer the colors on here more than this one, I can already tell you that. But yeah, I mean, like, holding them both in my hands, this one here feels really, like, you know, not sharp. That's the only way I can say it. It's rounded. This one here, it feels like there's just sharp bits all over the place touching my hands. And there are some reviews on the Cubicle's website from this puzzle. This guy's, the Megaminx came really tight, but it still performs great besides reverse corner cutting, but it might improve via loosening. This puzzle is amazing, turns so well and smooth, you never want to put it down. It can even corner cut half a cube. It was very tight and dry out of the box, but adding Maru and loosening helped a lot. Again, a tight puzzle, I'm not getting that at all, so unless you know, people want them looser than this. But I mean, this feels very good, very stable. That's another thing too, is like this puzzle does definitely feel quite stable. And even when doing the U moves, I mean, it lines up really well. Like, we're not overshooting at all, so that's a really good thing as well. Out of the box, this puzzle is very tight and locky. After loosening and lubing it with weight 3 in the core and weight 1 on the piece. People lube the cores on these, I guess so. Anyways, yeah, another, you know, tight out of the box. Again, I'm not getting that. So consensus say that these things come tight out of the box. I don't feel that, but I mean, so far the majority says it is. So you might get that. So you might have to tension this thing a little bit. Okay, so let's scramble this thing up and check out the colors and how nice they look. So yeah, I mean, like, right away as I'm scrambling this thing too, I'm just feeling like pokey things poking me and like catching like it just did there. Okay, so overall, even from scrambling it, I mean, it seems like a fairly smooth puzzle. Little tiny bit of catching, it's a little pokey, but other than that, I think it's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some solves, and then I'll be back. Alright everybody, so I have solved this thing a couple of times. I'm way too slow to do it on camera. I'd rather do it on my filming desk too, to be honest. So in the future, maybe I'll do a commentary with a solve of this. But anyways, yeah, it is kind of catchy. I'll be honest, it's kind of catchy. It's a little bit grindy. Please focus, camera. There you go. And it is sharp in my hands. If I'm going to choose to solve one, it's going to be this. But for $8, I think it is definitely worth the money. It's not bad for a first generation product from a company who's actually really good at making speed cubes. I think they just need to make a couple of little tweaks, that's all. But if you're just getting into Megaminx or you're an intermediate, I don't think that experts or like world-class solvers will use this. That's just my opinion. But if you're just getting into it, this is definitely a really good option, because other ones that, have these ridges and stuff, they can be a little bit more pricey than this. So this is definitely a good buy if you're looking to kind of experiment and see if it's the type of puzzle that you would like. Anyways, guys, like I said, this puzzle is only $8 at thecubicle.us. You can actually get it cheaper if you use coupon code CrazyBadCuber at checkout. And thanks to them for sending me this awesome puzzle. Thanks to you guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.